Welcome in, everybody. This is BMC Collectibles. My name is Alex. Today we have one case of 2024 Leaf Vivid Baseball. While we get started, please like and subscribe over on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. I also need to mention that there is no purchase necessary for the link down in the description. Alright, let us get started with our lovely, lovely baseball. I am still by myself. I will be until the 21st or something like that. So I will be sleeving and top loading. Okay. Alright, box number 1. Caden Dana, 2 of 6. Jeff Bagwell, 7 of 9. Echedri Vargas, 3 of 6. Logan Evans, 5 of 6. Bryce Cunningham, 3 of 6. Ryan Waldschmidt, 3 of 9. And Jackson Chourio, bright and shiny, 5 of 10 on the auto. Nice little hit to get us started with this. Though I don't know how well Jackson Chourio has been doing this season. I assume he's fine because he's one heck of a player. Alright, that was box number 1. Let us get into box number 2. Dean Moss, 1 of 8. Mark McGuire, 6 of 9. Daniel Savette, 8 of 8. Victor Scott II, 6 of 9. Steve Monster Millam, 3 of 10. Josua Lugo, 2 of 4. And Samuel Basallo, 5 of 6. All right, box number 3. Whoopsies. Ethan Holiday, 1 of 5. Scott Rowland, 2 of 5. Caden Bodine, 2 of 5. Gary Gilhill, 2 of 4. PJ Morlando, 5 of 6. Chase Mobley, 1 of 8. And I am in pain. Dual auto, Jonah Tong and Jonathan Santucci, 3 of 8. I love Jonah Tong. I think he's going to be great. That is our first multi-signer. That will be going to random.org. All right. On to the next one. Nolan Souza, 9 of 10. Carter Johnson, 3 of 4. Nice hit. Charlie Condon, Imagination, 4 of 10. Iva Arquette, 6 of 10. Jacob Melton, 6 of 7. Chase Burns on the bright and shiny 101 gold vinyl. Very nice. And how about that? Back again. Leodalis DeVries. 7 of 7 on the auto. Very nice. That was a pretty good box. On to the next one. Why is this all autos? I'm confused. Okay. Did I? No. That's everything. All right. Roman Anthony, 1 of 7. Colt Emerson, 5 of 9. Seaver King, 3 of 6. Gary Sheffield, 7 of 8. Kennedy Corona, 1 of 3. And there are our base cards. I'm like, what is going on? Rintaro Sasaki, 1 of 7. And Frank Thomas, 4 of 9. I guess that pack was just backwards. Emerson is your PC. I have not seen him play. I don't really know what organization. Is he a Mariner in the Mariners organization? Okay. At least I knew that much. I'm a, as I've said before, I'm a pretty big Mets fan, so all I really know is really the Mets system. Big time bat. He's one of those guys bouncing around in the infield. Yeah, that's what the current problem with the Mets farm system is. Too many good infielders that they're now trying to play in the outfield and teach new positions to. That would be cool. If you have a pretty nice collection of them, I hope he pans out too. Blake Mitchell, 4 of 10. Juan Gonzalez, 3 of 8. Strike a pose for Kiter Montero, 7 of 10. Gavin Turley, 10 of 10. Cam Connerella, 9 of 10. Miguel Blaze, 1 of 6. And Travis Bazzana, 4 of 5. I mean, hey, if the comp is Seager, I'd say that's a pretty damn good comp. What do you know off the top of your head what number prospect he is in the Mariner system? Now you got me thinking. Thank you. I'm not the guy who normally does the breaks for eBay. I'm normally the guy who breaks for Discord, which we have a Discord server. Which I believe is discord.gg/BMCC, if you're interested. But yeah, I'll only be breaking with you guys for another few days. I believe the 20th is my last day breaking for you guys until the next time Beeve goes on vacation. Nolan Ryan, 7 of 9. Roger Clemens, 5 of 8. Trey Phelps, 1 of 6. Wellington Herrera, 3 of 9. Boston Bateman, 3 of 8. Eduardo Tate, 2 of 5. And Christian Campbell, very nice hit, 2 of 8. Although, I think the Red Sox are kind of on a skid right now. Didn't they just get spanked, like 16-0 or something? Only 1 year into A and AA, okay. Are you a Mariners fan or just a baseball fan in general? M's fan, okay. M's fans are good people. I like Mariners fans. I know a couple. Oh wow. That's a while. Yeah, especially on that offense, man. That's the big issue. I mean, pitching for days. Pitching for days. It's just that offense. I really was hoping you guys would do a bit more this offseason on acquiring more offense, but I think there's a printing plate in there. There was something really cold on my hand. Kyler Montero, 101. Travis Bazana, 3 of 10. Seth Hernandez, 2 of 6. Luke Cashal, 1 of 7. Yilber Diaz, 5 of 7. 101 printing plate for Blake Burke. Ooh. Rentaro Sasaki, 5 of 7 on the auto. Congratulations. This has been an elusive one. If you haven't heard of Rentaro Sasaki, he is the kid who broke the high school home run record of the same high school that Shohei Ohtani went to. I believe he's currently playing for Stanford in America. And he's a big boy who hits big bombs. There's a lot of height. Cole Emerson. Yeah, Leaf, that is one thing I absolutely love about Leaf is you're almost guaranteed to get at least one solid auto per box. And that makes it a lot of fun to open and a lot of fun for people to join. All right. Walker Yannick, 4 of 10. Bobby Witt Jr., 7 of 9. Mike Sirota, 7 of 9. Brady House, 3 of 7. My boy, Carson Bench, 9 of 10. Carter Holton, 8 of 8. And oh boy, what we got up next is very nice. Are you guys ready? Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, and John Smoltz. 5 of 5 on the quad auto. This is going to have to go to random.org. And that's going to be a toughie. Couple of goats on that one. All right, guys. We are on to the final box of the break. If I have not hit for you, hopefully now is the time. Yeah, that's one of the hard parts about finding a player too early is they don't have a lot of stuff and you want to collect them so bad. All right, guys, good luck. Gary Gilhill, 5 of 10. Albert Pujols, 4 of 7. Jake Bloss, 4 of 6. Kyle DeBarge, 2 of 4. Cam Caminiti, 5 of 8. Or Caminiti. Why do I always do that? Luke Dickerson, 3 of 3. And triple auto to close us out. Jordan Lawler, Ryan Waldschmidt, and Tommy Troy. 4 of 4 on that triple. One more for us to toss to random.org to show us the light. Oh, nice. Sometimes that's all it takes is that first card and you just become a fan. All right. I am going to do a quick hit recap. If you do not want to stick around for the hit recap, I completely understand. I don't blame you. After the hit recap, we do have a few randoms to get into. And then at 12 Eastern, so about 8 minutes, I believe Leaf Sports Heroes is up next. All right, let us get started. Caden Dana, Jeff Bagwell, Achedri Vargas, Logan Evans, Bryce Cunningham, Ryan Waldschmidt, Jackson Churio, Dean Moss, Mark McGuire, Daniel Savette, Victor Scott, Steve Monster Millam, and Josua Lugo. That right there is why I sleeve and top load between each box. I cannot hang on to them for some reason. Samuel Basallo, Ethan Holiday, Scott Rowland, Caden Bodine, Gary Gilhill, PJ Morlando, Chase Mobley, Nolan Souza, Carter Johnson, Charlie Condon, Iva Arquette, Jacob Melton, and Chase Burns. Leo DeVries, Rentaro Sasaki, Frank Thomas, Kennedy Corona, Gary Sheffield, Seaver King, Cole Emerson, Roman Anthony, Blake Mitchell, and Juan Gonzalez. Keter Montero, Gavin Turley, Cam Conarella, Miguel Blaze, Travis Bazana, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Trey Phelps, Wellington Herrera, Boston Bateman, Eduardo Tate, Christian Campbell, Keter Montero, and Travis Bazana. If we have any breaks with unsold spots, we generally sell them in our Discord. We don't really we don't message people for them. We just post them in our Discord, and it's first come, first serve. Seth Hernandez, Luke Kashal, Gilbert Diaz, Blake Burke, Rentaro Sasaki, Walker Yannick, Bobby Witt Jr., Mike Sirota, Brady House, Carson Benj, Carter Holton, Gary Gilhill, Albert Pujols, Jake Bloss, Kyle DeBarge, Cam Caminiti, and Luke Dickerson. And for our multi-signers, Jonah Tong and Jonathan Santucci, Jordan Lawler, Ryan Waldschmidt, and Tommy Troy, and our quad, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, and John Smoltz. All right, guys, if you have any of these players or just want to stick around to watch the randoms or in the next break, give me a minute or two to get this set up, and I will be right back. Docs cards. These were pre-sold breaks on eBay, so it most likely is sold. Um, our eBay, it should just be BMC Collectibles if you do want to get in on some of the breaks. That's what all of our videos are. We do appreciate you subbing. But we do have something to get to, and that is our randoms. We are going to roll a die, a pair of die. The number has to be 3 or higher to be valid. We're then going to randomize each list that many times, and the name that comes out on top is going to get the card. Let's see how many times we are rolling. We are going to go 8 times on each list, starting off with Jonah Tong and Jonathan Santucci. That is 7 times. 4 plus 4 is 8. We got to go one more time. Whoopsies. We got to go one more time. Good luck. Jonah Tong taking home the duel. On to the triple, Jordan Lawler, Ryan Waldschmidt, and Tommy Troy. That is 7 times. 4 plus 4 is 8. Got to go one more time. Jordan Lawler taking home the triple. And on to the quad, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, and John Smoltz. That is 7 times. You guys know the deal. One more time. Good luck. John Smoltz taking home the Braves quad. All right, guys, if you are in Sports Heroes, I'll be back with you in literally 2 minutes, right at 12 Eastern. Thank you so much. I actually need to restart both streams real quick. So I will be right back.